Hey guys, welcome back to SWD Sports with Dylan, and today we have a very good topic. Who deserves the MVP, Drake Maye or Matt Stafford? Both of these guys have been having some great seasons. Both of these guys are still in the playoff race, hunting for that Super Bowl. Matt Stafford's second ring, Drake Maye's first ring. Today in this video, we're going to compare these quarterback stats neck and neck, why Drake Maye deserves the MVP, why Matt Stafford deserves the MVP, and SWD's Dylan Hannigan's my own predictions for who deserves it ultimately. So guys, let's jump into today's video. Thanks for clicking on it. Let's go. Okay, let's start off with Matthew Stafford. This guy right here has been balling this season, okay? Let's start with passing yards. He led the NFL in passing yards with 4,707 passing yards. He led the NFL in passing touchdowns, well, I think just touchdowns overall too, with 46. This man has been balling out. I mean, you can just tell from the way he's right now in the playoffs playing with the confidence, but all season long, I just feel like Matt Stafford has been protecting the football and he's been playing very good. Puka Nacua, phenomenal as we know, but also Devontae Adams in the free agency, just a good running game with Kyron Williams. It's just been clicking with this team. His passer ratings were 109.2. and his interceptions were 8 this year. He's just been playing very good, protecting the football at all times. He's just been balling out. Okay, he's just been dealing. Impressive wins for Matt Stafford and the Rams team, but MVP is an individual award, but it does have who you're playing against. I feel like should have a little bit of an impact on it. So impressive W's. They beat the Texans, the Colts in the beginning of the year because the Colts were very good in the beginning. The Ravens, the Jaguars, the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Lions, and the Buccaneers. Again, the Bucs at the beginning of the year. They had some very impressive wins. Matt Stafford has had a very successful year, obviously making the Pro Bowl. Did not turn the ball over a lot, like I said. And the Rams' total defense was ranked 17th. It does have an effect on who gets the MVP, in my opinion, as well. But yeah, awesome year, historic year, passing yards leader and touchdowns leader. I think this man has been balling out. Let's jump into Drake Maye stats. Let's see what's going on with him. Okay, Drake Maye in just his second year has been absolutely balling as well. Okay, this man went from 3-14 to 14-3 in just one season. I think that is absolutely insane. And Mike Vrabel, what a head coach. We talked about that in another video. But anyways, Drake Maye was 4th in passing yards this year at 4,394. He had 31 total touchdowns, which was 3rd in general. He had the exact same amount of interceptions as Matthew Stafford, so 8. So they were both able to protect the football very well, limit their turnovers. And his passer rating was a little higher. Matt Stafford had a passer rating of 109.2, while Drake Maye had a passer rating of 113.5, which is a phenomenal passer rating for the entire season. But Drake Maye did have a much easier schedule. Factually and historically, it was very easy. And their impressive W's were beating the Panthers, beating the Bills, beating the Bucs, and beating the Ravens. And Drake Maye's total defense is 8th in the NFL compared to Matt Stafford's 17th. So yes, Drake Maye was a Pro Bowler as well. He had a great season. I think the way Drake Maye was able to protect the football, I think the way he was able to throw down the field and just develop and improve. And his offense is not as loaded as Matt Stafford's, and I don't think the coordinator for the New England Patriots is as good as what's going on with Sean McVay's offense in Los Angeles. I'm just saying Drake Maye had a very productive year, a very good year, very standout year. He definitely deserves to be in the MVP conversations. Let's look at why he deserves to be an MVP, and then we're gonna look at why Matt Stafford deserves to be an MVP, and we're really gonna talk it out in this video for who deserves MVP more. All right, why does Drake Maye deserve the MVP? Well, number one, he flipped his season from 3-14 last year to 14-3. Now that alone, I get it. I get it. I know the MVP is an individual award, but that alone is phenomenal. Being a quarterback, leading a team, being 3-14, going 14-3, absolutely flipping the script in just one season. That's an amazing accomplishment, and that has to do with the quarterback play, not turning the ball over a lot, making the plays down the field, scoring touchdowns when you need to, holding the ball and letting your defense rest when you need to. Like these things really do matter, and just doing that, knowing that you flipped the script. A lot of MVP voters, I'm sure, will know what happened with going through 14-3. That's an amazing thing to have on your resume, and it's just really impressive. All right, the second thing for why Drake Maye should really be the MVP and to definitely consider it was he had an historic season with being number 1 in passer rating and also number 1 in completion percentage. I mean, when this man was throwing the ball down the field, people were catching the ball. He was throwing it. He was very accurate. He was throwing it into the right places at the right times. This man was, like I said, he was balling. He was dealing this ball to Hunter Henry. He was dealing this ball to Stephon Diggs. I mean, he was going to targets that aren't even as popular as what they have in Los Angeles. He was able to make it when he was on the field. He was really able to deliver good passes, good ball delivery, good timing. Drake Maye, very, very impressive stats. All right, number 3, he was more efficient than Stafford. He threw the ball less, but he still had almost the same productivity. That really does matter, considering that Matt Stafford threw the ball more. He had more passing yards, yet they had very similar amounts of touchdowns and the exact same amount of takeaways, turnovers. I mean, when you're a quarterback, when you get your chance to throw the ball and you're delivering on those chances, you're not turning the ball over. That is elite quarterback play. That's what they wanted to see out of Drake Maye in his second year. They totally got it. And I don't know, Drake Maye had a phenomenal season. He had a phenomenal year not turning the ball over, and he was very efficient when he had the chances right in front of him. And the final reason was because the ball security was great and he was consistent with it. I mean, consistency, Drake Maye had every game he showed up. I feel like Matt Stafford definitely had some ups and downs noticeably, but that's just because Matt Stafford had great games and then he had okay games. Drake Maye was just consistently very solid. And the ball security was great. Like I said, they had the exact same amount of interceptions. Having that elite knowledge of where to not throw the ball, making sure you don't turn the ball over, making sure you flip the field. That's what Drake Maye played with this year, influenced by Mike Vrabel, influenced by just the people around him. I think it was phenomenal the way Drake Maye played. I think he definitely has a very, very good chance to win the MVP based off these reasons and obviously other reasons as well. But let's jump into why Matt Stafford deserves it maybe more than Drake Maye. Okay, number 1, clearly, Matt Stafford had the most passing yards and the most touchdowns this season. Every single game, he was playing at an elite level. He was throwing that ball down the field. He was finding Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. He was pushing the ball down the field with all of his targets every game, considerably noticeable because he had the most passing yards, but also he had the most passing touchdowns. That is so impressive at his age. He's getting a little older. He's still in his prime, but just a little bit older. But he's using that knowledge to his advantage. You have to give it to him. Having the most passing touchdowns and passing yards in the NFL, that definitely speaks for itself. That's going to push his MVP candidates up and definitely could push him in the right direction of actually getting his first MVP, I'm pretty sure. Number 2, Matt Stafford was the engine of the offense. I feel like New England, they had a very solid run game, but also their defense was the reason why they were able to shine so much in various games. Matt Stafford was the engine to this offense. If Matt Stafford was taken out of this offense, they would have been so much less productive versus if you took Drake Maye out of the New England offense. I think Matt Stafford drove this offense due to his veteran experiences, but also just because of his level of elite play. I mean, this man, like I said, he was finding his targets when he had to find the targets. He was pushing the ball down the field. Clearly had the most passing yards in the NFL by a couple hundred too. This man was dealing the ball. Number 3, this man had clutch game-winning drives. I mean, against the Colts, they had to come back from behind, but also he just had clutch drives in general. I feel like every time the Rams had to score, they had to get a field goal, they had to score a touchdown, he was able to find targets, push the ball down the field, and he was able to really make those game-winning plays when they actually mattered, and when Matt Stafford needed to clutch up, he was able to do so. And number 4, he had a much harder schedule. And I get you only play who's in front of you. I get it. Every sports analysis person will say that to you. But Drake Maye really did have a much easier schedule. He had a much easier path. He played against much easier defenses. I'm just saying right now, Matt Stafford deserves it more than Drake Maye if you're going to go that route, just because of the schedule that Matt Stafford had to play. He faced much tougher opponents. He played a much tougher division. Playing the 49ers twice and Seattle twice or whatever. So I'm just saying Matt Stafford definitely had a much harder path to getting all of those accolades, first in passing yards, Pro Bowl, first in passing touchdowns. Just he had a much harder route, much harder path, and he totally deserved all the hype he's getting for this MVP trophy. All right, who do I think deserves MVP? I think it's without a doubt Matthew Stafford. I don't think there's any bias. I'm not a Rams fan. I just think because Matt Stafford had the 17th best ranked defense, while Drake Maye had the 8th best defense. New England is a defensive team still, and they have a very good defense. Rams have an okay defense, and as of recent, it's getting only worse, not better, so nothing to be optimistic about there. I'm just saying right now, Matt Stafford deserves it. The way he was able to play, the way he's able to clutch up each and every game, even last week again, the wild card game against Carolina with that game-winning drive. Matt Stafford, most passing touchdowns, most passing yards. This man had a very similar completion percentage and a very similar passer rating than to Drake Maye. I think just he was a more important player, and that's what MVP is, most valuable player. I think he was more important, more valuable to the Rams than Drake May was to the Patriots. Again, Patriots are very defensive driven. Matt Stafford was, I mean, the Rams are very offensive driven. I think Matt Stafford just absolutely kills Sean McVay's schemes in terms of production and in terms of actually getting the most out of what they can get. I just think he had a great season. Anyway, guys, that is it from SWD Sports with Dylan. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Check out more of my sports content that's on the channel already. Let me know future video ideas. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.